There is no romantic way to fist someone.
Welcome, crew, to another Monday night review show on a Tuesday with me and the Goblin himself, the Chaos Goblin himself, Kevin Kalloway. How are you doing, my friend? How goes
Way
it?
better than last week, where I was basically couch ridden, couldn't talk. If I had a light on too bright, my head hurt. So sinuses are better.
Yes,
Nasal passages are clear.
Good. Yes, fans. So Kevin, he got a hold of me as quick as possible and was letting me know.
It was like 10 in the morning because I was just in and out of sleep. Just
He was
miserable.
Like, hurts my head.
Hurts my head to move.
Yes.
Hurts my head to think. I can go further than that.
Oh, it was well, he's better. So it was a moment. We brought in Nick last week out of Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
Appreciate you, Nick, for standing in for me.
Thank
you so much.
Great stand-in for the moment. It was fantastic, and it's great to know that we have friends out there who do what we do, who are willing to help out IYH when things happen, because we all know no one wants me on
business
here
is all about connections, brother.
Exactly. The connections, that's all this business is about. Let's go off of that, because connections are going to be made here in March. Kevin Kalloway, we had an official announcement over the weekend.
Updates.
We have one of the greatest to ever be in a ring. He is the man. He is the greatest. He is the Great Muda is going to be at the Squared Circle Expo.
That's really cool.
That is so cool.
That's really cool, though.
Like, I hope we get pictures with him. I hope there's a chance we get to ask him some questions.
Dude, I'll take a crisp high five or a glance.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Maybe he comes to our table and touches our merch, and then we don't sell that piece.
Perfect.
Because
now that's ours.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. We'll have to get him in touch multiple pieces for the amount of people.
Yeah.
But not only that, but we had a release of somebody who's going to be there, and let's just say, when you see her, good chance her husband's gonna follow. Scarlett has been announced. So that can we assume on this one, Kevin?
I have seen Scarlett, just based on the promotions that I've privy to. I have seen Scarlett take bookings without Karrion Kross.
Ooh.
So it's possible. That being said, I feel it's unlikely, only because this is a convention kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
It's not a wrestling booking where she can come in and then leave after she does her thing. A convention is very much, they're going to want to look at like package deals, how to get the most people there. And I would near guarantee you that when Karrion Kross and Scarlett are discussing rate for coming in for a convention like that, they're going to give you a deal if you book both of them. So I think it's highly likely that Karrion Kross is there, but I can never say guaranteed in this business.
True. This business has a record of winning when it comes to knocking out the guarantee that you just laid out.
Yeah. Well, guarantee this person's going to return, and then it's someone totally different.
Exactly.
Yeah, big guarantee there, brother.
Okay, so going on more, Kevin, is there anybody else that you've seen announced that you're looking forward to seeing because of the world you live in. You're a professional wrestler. You also help produce shows. You help put them together. You help do everything. So I'm kind of interested in your fandom on all the people that have been announced so far.
So I personally know Jake Oman, and he's the heavyweight champ for Squared Circle Expo. So when the wrestling happens there, he'll be the heavyweight champ. I personally know him. One of the best Midwest guys in general. One of those like guys that's been looked at by WWE but never taken up. And it's kind of a travesty that he hasn't, because he is so good and he has such a good mind for everything in this business and everything that is professional wrestling. So I'll be very excited to see him there and give him a crisp high five with whatever time he has. As a fandom kind of thing, I haven't looked at this list for a while, so I might be going back a little bit. But Diamond Dallas Page is someone I would be excited to see and talk to.
You and me both, brother.
Huge. Someone else, and this is more of the like running shows and more of the back thing, actually, than I like him as a performer, don't get me wrong, but I actually think I would love to pick his brain about other things, is Al Snow.
Oh, yeah.
Because of his connections with OVW and how long he had, run that before other companies came in and took over and did more things there. I'm scrolling through. Matt Cardona would be a really fun one to talk to. I would love to talk to Matt Cardona. I've actually taken a seminar with Billy Gunn, one of the few seminars I've actually done, because I have a philosophy about seminars that's different from a lot of people.
Okay.
But that's my own stuff. But I took a Billy Gunn seminar once, and I'm not usually big on seminars, but I took that one, and I was very happy to have taken it because he gave me a lot of good knowledge about in-ring stuff that I was able to take out, which I can't always say about every seminar ever that I've heard about. So I'd love to pick his brain even ever so slightly again.
Yeah.
And then like you got your other huge names that are going to be there. Like Shark Boy's fun.
Yeah, Shark Boys are going to be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Crazy Steve has a very, very underrated mind for the business, especially since he's legally blind. So he has to learn through a lot of other things.
That's interesting. That would be a good discussion to have.
Trish Stratus legend, Lita legend. Like there's so many of those there too that like any words with them would be amazing.
100%. And for those two guys, if you're looking to go to the show and let's say those are the only two people you truly want to meet, they are Saturday only. So their bookings will only be a Saturday. That's Trish and Lita.
There's quite a few of them like that, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't have a full list in front of me, so I don't want to misspeak.
Yeah, there's a handful of them that are going to be single day, but a majority, like DDP also, he's only going to be Saturday. Everybody, a good majority of everybody else, though, really seems like it's going to be both nights. They're going to be there. Sonny Ono got announced over the weekend. I'm a huge fan of guys who did the manager stuff and had to, for me as a fan, the manager kind of has to do a little extra work because they are not in there doing the fun things that draw us, the hits, the slams, all that. They're out there trying to, like Paul Heyman. Come on, tell me you're not entertained with Paul Heyman every time he steps out. Every time. I'm looking forward to that. OG Tony jumping in. What's up?
Tony, what up, baby?
We are talking Squared Circle Expo right now before we jump into Monday Night Raw and cover that. So OG Tony, if you know anybody out there that you're liking at the Squared Circle Expo, let us know. Can
I hit a quick fantasy football update from Kevin?
Let's go.
Perfect. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do want to say, for the record, out to the people, IYH number one place. You're welcome, boys. Team Auto Draft. Thank you, Skynet. Bringing the lads to victory. Unlimited tendies with a big picture of Dominic Mysterio. That's my profile picture.
So fantastic.
12-2. I also wanted on record, my points 4 which is generally a good metric of how good your team is for fantasy football. 6th place. Like 200 points below first place.
Interesting.
Points against my fantasy defense, so to speak, as in AKA my luck, first.
Hey man, you know, you gotta take the wins when you can get them.
Oh, I intend to, because I will assume that my team will get exposed in the playoffs, and that's okay, because I'll take number 1 season, and then I can just lose in the playoffs. That's fine.
Exactly, because I think it's just for the football season. I don't think we're doing the playoffs.
I agree, and on top of that, it would be a very Lions thing of me to do.
That would be very Lions. You got to
be a very Lions thing of me to do. So I have to stay consistent.
Exactly.
Also, an update, because I haven't talked about this league in a while. The Guillotine League this year. I'm still in it. There are 4 teams left.
You're top 4 of it.
Yeah, there are 4 teams left, and because I haven't explained this in a little bit, how the Guillotine League works is whoever has the lowest point total out of all 18 teams that start, or however many teams are left that week, that team is completely eliminated and all of their players are dropped. They are out of the competition.
Damn.
At no point have I been the lowest point total.
Damn.
The whole time.
That's awesome, man.
So we're on week 15 now. I think we have like $500 going to first place.
Ooh.
And Kevin, I think 130 going to second place. So I'll take second, brother.
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. And Kevin will put that away for the Squared Circle Expo, because that's where we'll be. And we had OG Tony. He's saying Great Muda. Oh, dude, we are there with you. We already discussed, if he comes to our table, touches our merch, we're not selling that.
I'm not selling it. That's us now.
That's ours.
That's us now.
So hit us up.
Paul Heyman also, and because we were talking about Paul Heyman, he is the ultimate conniving mastermind.
Very true.
Him, Freddie Blassie, and Bobby DeBrain. Those are the top ones, I think. Jim Cornette, close 4th out of those.
Hey, I cannot argue with that list that you made. All right, fans. So we've hit the Squared Circle Expo. We really hope that you go out there, you get your tickets. General admission tickets are already out there. They're on sale. They're going fast. Mm-hmm. I even see people in their comments complaining, oh, the general admission, that's all that's left. Yeah, that's all that's left, because you're a late Sally. You got to be an early Marvin.
An early Burley.
To get these
we're just going to rhyme.
Yeah. We got ours as soon as they released. I mean, let's just be honest. We're like, that's ours. Yeah. So join us for that. It's in March. You're going to have a blast. There's going to be so many great talents, so many people that we've discussed. Killer Bees will be out there too. You got to throw them out. They have history. The Headbangers, they'll be out there. But come join us in March. It's going to be a fun time, and it's going to be a reason why IYH is a household name coming up, because we're going to make an impact, and be ready for the next ones. All right, Kev. So we got through that. We got some fun stuff out there, letting the fans know. We gave them your health update. And so let's get into Monday Night Raw.
That's why we're here, right?
Yeah, that is why we're here. That's why everybody comes in and says, hey, what are you guys talking about? Oh, Kevin's health. Cool. Let's get to Raw. Yeah.
I'll be back for Raw.
Okay, so Raw kicked off. Thought it was a pretty cool kickoff. I enjoy this Gunther bully, I guess, character that he's portraying right now. He's obviously heel. He comes out. We officially get the countdown of John Cena.
That was surreal. That was surreal to see.
And the fact that Gunther is playing to it, and that he's like making it a priority, like especially in that moment that he had in the center of the ring. And then when he was leaving the ring to call back to it, check his watch. I like those little things. Those little things make me happy when I see a character doing it.
He's so good at the little things.
He really is. My question to you on this segment, do you feel that some of the rhetoric and the complaints that we're hearing from the fans for the Cena tournament on who should be facing him for the his final match. Do you think that takes away a little bit of the masterfulness of what Gunther can do in times like this? It kind of just dilutes it, or where are you at with that?
It only dilutes it if you don't want to have fun and you just want to complain online. In my opinion, in the sense that, like, okay, no matter who they picked for the final opponent, I like Gunther as the final opponent. But if they didn't pick Gunther, they went with somebody else. Even if fucking Edge returned somehow through AEW and he was the last opponent because he got through the tournament, there would still be a vocal online community that was still very angry. You cannot appease everybody on the internet. It's just not going to happen. And the people who will complain about it not going to a younger guy, the people who will complain about it that there wasn't as many surprises in the tournament, which I do feel they could have had some of the surprises go further than just the first round. They didn't need to go into like the semifinals though, because you give them one win, maybe here or there. Maybe Zack Ryder gets a win and then loses immediately. Cool.
I would have enjoyed that.
I'd have been fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything along those lines, I think you could have done more with the tournament, the first parts of the tournament itself. So I'll agree with those.
Yeah.
That being said, when it comes to the final match, you want someone that you have something behind. So you have some stock in them that if they're going to retire Cena, they're going to be around for a long time and they're going to be able to use that momentum. Young guys aren't always reliable on that front because young guys can get hurt. Young guys aren't established as much yet. And I know the argument is generally like, oh, well, then the win against Cena will establish them. Sure, it could do that, or it could be their downfall. Look at Austin Theory. Austin Theory had a match with Cena. It was supposed to be a star-making moment, right?
Yep.
It wasn't.
No.
It ended up going up in flames. So and then he has to start crawling back from the bottom of it because of that. You put them into positions they're not ready for, and it's so difficult. I don't disagree with OG Tony.
OG Tony, you're on it.
They just want to be mad. And that's okay if that's what you want to be, but don't dress it up like it's some like big opinion.
Yeah.
You wanted someone else there because your favorites weren't in it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. You can have that opinion. You're completely valid in that opinion. But to me, when you're looking at this, you want someone who's established. And I'm going to compare it to something that a lot of people were pissed about at the time too. But in hindsight, holy shit, did it work out. Undertaker's streak.
Mm-hmm.
It was ended by one Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar then went on to destroy John Cena in his next match at SummerSlam and win the title. By doing that and having a reign of terror where he beat Taker, he basically retired Taker from his powers, is essentially what happened.
Yeah.
Then he went on to kill Cena, the biggest thing in the company. He then was the ultimate final boss to this day in WWE. You beat Brock Lesnar, you're a star. It wasn't that way prior.
No.
So you used that streak so that you could make a new person to beat. And then that gave rise to Roman Reigns. What did Roman Reigns do with that? I'll tell you, he went on a 5-year WWE title run and he became the new final boss of WWE. So now you have a face boss and you have a heel boss. You beat Roman if you're a heel. You beat Brock if you're a face. And the second you beat them, you're a goddamn star.
100%.
That's what they did with it. So now you have Gunther. Gunther is butting in front of that. Yes, and Gunther's matches with Evan, he's a master at this match. The match where he gets to be a bully, especially with guys smaller than him, and making them look like $1 million without killing his own aura. He's so good at that. He really is. He might be the best in the business at it, quite frankly.
I can't find anybody
I don't even
better.
think that's a controversial statement.
It's not. It's really not. And it speaks to his work ethic and what he views the business as.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I respect about Brock. All the other things, that's not for me to decide. It's for
the
me.
courts.
Yeah.
It's for the courts to decide. And I get it. He may not be a scumbag somewhere down the line. Cool. I willing to admit that. But as far as what they did with him, go ahead.
It's beautiful. It really is. And you laid it out perfectly, because you made the case for him becoming the final boss for the heels. And it was that way, because there was moments where if you heard that music, whoever was in that ring
Struck fear into their hearts.
Yes. And if you're a fan of them, it's not my guy. It's not going to go well for my guy, but Brock is I've heard so many people say Brock is one of the safest guys to work with in the ring. And for him to do that, and for like what OG Tony said, to elevate Carmelo, using Gunther in that, because Gunther's going to be that next monster.
He's the next final boss, is what they're setting him up for. He's got to be. He just retired Goldberg. Think if he can retire WCW's biggest legend and WWE's biggest legend in the same year.
Yes, exactly. That automatically, in the world we play in the world that we get rid of all reality, and we're focused into the story you're telling us. Beautiful storytelling. Beautiful storytelling. I'm a fan of it. I want it, because Gunther is that. He is the legend killer. He is the monster. He is the guy that you need to worry about when you hear his music hit and your favorite man or woman sometimes is standing in that ring, because Gunther is the monster that they are trying to create. And in this tournament, I'm happy that he is going to be the one to do this with Cena. They're going to put on a great match. It's going to be high caliber. Cena may be on his very last match, but tell that to his last match.
Tell that to the Dom match. Tell that to the last Cody Rhodes match. Tell that to the Styles match.
Yes. The whole year,
it was clear to me at some Cena really went to try and do that heel run, but he was uncomfortable being a heel. So you had some awkward moments of that, and that's okay. He was never a heel. So you can't expect him to just, after 20 years, be able to flip that switch and be like, I got it now. And that's not going to happen. But ever since he turned back face, you've seen what Cena can do still to this day. This match is going to be amazing. When he has the heel to work off of, like a Dom, like a Gunther, always a good match. Even if you don't like Cena, it's always a good match.
No, I agree with you. And fans, John Cena just sat down with Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe and had a great interview. I would love to, before we go on to the next subject, in that interview, Tony brings it up perfectly, because they're talking about the heel turn. And Tony said to him, and it's much my same mentality. He looked at him and he said, I was never a John Cena fan until you did the heel turn. And what surprised me is once you did the heel turn and you turned back to a good guy, you had me a fan of yours for the rest of your career. And that's the genius of what John Cena can do. I'm telling you, I listened to that interview. I'm a Cena fan. I like what the dude's saying, what he's doing, what he's putting out there. He even though my biggest dig I've had at him is the whole Taiwan issue, he addressed it and he said, I was a fool. I was the one who was the fool in this whole situation. When you could take accountability for things like that, even though I'm a little annoying when I come to the things that bug me, you made me a fucking fan of yours. And I'm so glad we're here to witness it's this Saturday, right?
It is this Saturday.
The very last time.
You know what's crazy about him admitting it too? That's a very babyface move. So even if you were looking at the product and you were looking at it from a WWE perspective, that was Cena. That was just the guy.
Yeah.
But even if you were to go into a ring as a babyface and you've taken L after L after L, I'll actually use an example from Raw, and we can talk about the segment afterwards if we want, because I think we're wrapping up on Cena.
Yeah.
Even babyfaces need to admit what the truth is. It doesn't matter how much it hurts. So take LA Knight. LA Knight came out and he saved Mysterio, and we'll get into that in a second. But he came out and saved Mysterio, but one of the first things he said on the mic was, I've been taking so many L's around here, and I need a win. He was truthful.
Yeah.
You want to get behind someone who is telling the truth, because honesty is one of the best selling points. So to that point, like, Cena is humanizing himself, and he's been very human for a lot of his run. He just hasn't openly spoke about any of these things. He'll always, from what I've ever heard, he's always admitted responsibility for things in whatever small interviews we've had. But now we're getting all of the interviews with all of the questions. We're getting everything answered, because that's what he wants to do now. He wants to have that break so that he can retire in peace, essentially, and he can have a good retirement. And I huge respect for the man. He carried that company for 15 fucking years.
Yeah.
Before finally saying, my body is dying, I need to transition to Hollywood. Cool. You did it, brother.
Yeah. And it's going to be a really rewarding Saturday. A little hurtful in the old hearts and the feelings.
Honestly, there might be a tear or two shed.
There might be. We won't talk about it, but it might be there. But yeah. So great career, great setup for this final match. I'm a fan of it. All right, Kev. So you mentioned a subject. Why don't you kick us into it and let's talk about it?
Absolutely. So in that, I'll have to back it up just slightly, because that was the end of something to begin something else. We have Logan Paul essentially situated as a member of the Vision without them actually admitting that he's a member of the Vision.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman has specifically, I watched the post show to Survivor Series. They would ask him a direct question of, hey, is Logan Paul in the Vision? And Paul Heyman just looked at them and responded and said, I have no idea who the masked man is. That didn't answer the question at all. So to me, that means Logan Paul is both in and out. In, out. They don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
And I think they're keeping their options open just in case. But we had Paul Heyman give Logan Paul brass knucks. So he's influencing him, and he's using Logan Paul at minimum. Logan Paul gets those brass knucks and just starts beating the teetotal shit out of Rey Mysterio in the entranceway. I don't remember what sparked him hating Mysterio in that way. I think it was just a passing remark. Oh no,
he got slapped the week before.
Yeah. That's what it was. A week before. I had forgotten that part. And he attacks Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio starts getting the better of him, but then we get this masked man again. We're getting this masked man twice tonight. We'll get to the other one, but the masked man to me could go a lot of ways. And I didn't get a chance to discuss this last week because I was sick. But I'd love to see it be someone who we haven't seen in a while, someone who could use some kind of a push. I'm not going to say specifically who it's going to be, but we've got a lot of options. I've seen internet chatter about Montez Ford. I've seen internet chatter about Austin Theory. I've seen internet chatter about, why does it have to be a man? What if it's a woman? Zoe Stark. I've seen a lot of internet chatter about a lot of different things. Whoever this masked person is, it's got to be something that's going to end up elevating that person. And that's all I want out of it. I feel like they're holding it out so that it's going to be revealed on the first Raw of the new year, when Braun Breaker faces CM Punk. That's when the masked person gets revealed. It could be in a scenario where Punk reveals the masked person.
That's where
and then loses the title.
That's where I was at.
I think that would make a lot of sense. Honestly, I think you could do it in a way where it doesn't cost him the title. You could do a DQ. I think it's more impactful if it does cost him the title, though, especially in Braun Breaker's first world title match. I don't think it necessarily, I'm not on the internet sense of like, oh, if he beats him flat, it just kills Braun Breaker. No, it doesn't. It does not kill Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is still an absolute animal. So hold.
Pump the brakes,
So
fans.
pump the brakes. That being said, I do feel it's a large opportunity to elevate Braun Breaker to feel like a bigger deal than he already is if he can beat CM Punk.
No, and I agree with you. And I
you
think
can give CM Punk an out by having the masked person cost him.
True. And that's a perfect play in the world of CM Punk. And the story that he's built for all these years. It's him getting screwed over again, him losing something because of nothing he was involved with. There was a masked man, and let's play in that masked man world, because did you notice the different sizes of all the masked men we've seen?
You said there's only one person.
Yeah. That kind of makes me wonder, what's that NXT group?
Dark State.
I hope it's not them.
I don't think it's Dark State. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's Dark State. I don't think they're. Okay.
I don't think
this is not me trying to disparage. This is not me trying to. I'm about to say the same thing. Okay. This is not. But I'm disclaimering it.
Yeah,
this is not me trying to. This is not me trying to disparage someone in a higher company who makes more money than me.
Yes.
Okay. Now that I've got that out there, I don't think they've been in a position in NXT that it would make sense. So I don't think they're ready, like, let alone work in the ring, which it's all subjective in that front, as long as they're safe. But they're not in a position where they would be a large reveal. So if you took off masks and it was all of Dark State, people in the crowd would say, it would be that Snoop Dogg meme, and they'd say, who?
Yeah.
And you don't have something. That's the problem. You don't need to have some level. You don't need some superstar that's all the way up here, but you need someone whose name recognizable and face recognizable that the audience knows.
No, I agree.
Or someone who's going to be like an Obafemi who's immediately fucking recognizable. I don't care if you know his name.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree with you on that. And that's what I meant by they're not ready. They're not ready in the storytelling of them.
Yeah.
Of this group. Because, like, again, you could skip a rock and it goes 3 little skips. Wow, that's amazing. But what do the eyes look like who's watching when you skip that rock and it goes 40 times? Or it goes across the lake or things like that. So we have a good base right now, but we need more built into this group before that's even a possibility.
I agree heavily.
I threw it out there because I also heard the Zoe Starks thing. And if you're going with that, let's say their plan is Zoe's going to join the Vision. You have to play in a little bit of reality. And the 2 or 3 people that you've sent out there so far dressed in how the masked man, none of them have even touched her stature.
No,
like you are wanting me to jump through a hoop that is the size of a thimble. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, if that's impossible, I can't do that. But I would not be opposed to it if they actually set, like, let's say she's still got a little rehab and they have to send somebody out there. Like, that's what I'm expecting this to be. Somebody, I could actually see it being Jericho and coming out and disrupting Gunther before the Cena match.
So I think it's going to stick closely to the people that Seth Rollins has affected. So I don't think it'll touch the Gunther and Cena thing. I think they're going to let that be its own thing, because then you're going to, and this might be rightfully so with internet complaining, I don't want Gunther and Cena's match to have a shit ton of interference in it.
You want it to be straight up.
I want just straight up. I don't care how they end up ending it. Cena could fucking pin Gunther. It won't matter. Yeah. Gunther is going to get a good rub out of just having Cena's last match. I think it's better if Gunther wins, but that doesn't mean that they can't find a way otherwise.
True.
That being said, how they've centered around this masked person is that they are Seth Rollins. So I don't think there's a reason for Seth Rollins, even in that kayfabe of Seth Rollins, to just go interrupt Gunther and Cena. They're trying to tease that it's Rollins even when everyone knows it's not Rollins. So they're going to keep him close to who Seth Rollins was affiliated with, either as enemies or allies. That'd be your Braun Breakers, Bronson Reeds, Roman Reigns. That'll be LA Knight. That'll be CM Punk. That'll be anyone who Seth Rollins was fucking with. Rey Mysterio. It's going to stay nearer to that and closer to that chest. All of that to say, I think we get it against Punk, not against someone else.
Okay.
That's where the reveal comes in. Punk is integral to this story and this reveal, because Punk is going to be essentially the masked manhunter. I don't think it's going to be Zoe Stark for that reason. I also think when you're looking at the dichotomy of a wrestling group and you're building a group up, generally what you look at is who is your singles guy, who are your tag team guys, and then you start looking at women to add. I don't think you want to keep Braun and Braun as the tag team. You want Braun Breaker to be the heavyweight singles guy. So that would leave Bronson Reed, and we don't have an official thing for Logan Paul, so I can't say that Logan Paul's in. Because I can't say Logan Paul is in, I would assume the next one is going to be male. And if I'm assuming it's going to be male, that would rule out Zoe Stark.
True.
Now, those are a lot of assumptions to make, and I'm willing to admit that. But that's generally how groups are built. They add the female part of it last.
Yeah.
Even like Judgment Day was that way when Edge was creating it.
Oh, yeah, I did. I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
Edge,
you're right.
then Damian Priest, then Rhea.
Yeah.
Then when Finn was about to come in, they kicked out Edge. So now they already have the female in. Now it's already established, but it was the last person that Edge added to the group.
Yeah. Huh. Well, fans, guess what? We got breaking news. House just dropped in the IYH chat. Killer Cross has been announced.
There it is.
For the Squared Circle Expo. So our assumption was good. Killer Cross will be there.
They got that deal.
Yeah, they got that deal. Kevin called it. This is why you guys tune in. We have some of the best minds in this business. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for where we're at with the idea of who this masked man is. What are we getting it from? And I love where you're at with it because you're saying things that make sense. You're speaking truths. It only makes sense that they center this around CM Punk. And then you get that extra adage of the CM Punk becoming the masked man hunter. I like that. I want that. That reminds me of Stone Cold back in the day. Who the fuck ran me over? Let's find him. I love this. Keep me invested in this because it could ultimately lead to one of my favorite matches that has ever happened. The 6-pack Hell in a Cell challenge. I love that match.
Put it in my veins.
Exactly. I want all the biggest names. I want them in a Hell in a Cell, and I want to see some fun.
I'm still dreaming of the day they bring back the Survivor Series Classic 5-on-5 match because I need a War Games break at this point. I just do.
That has been in the circles that we speak to outside of IYH, that and in IYH, that is the biggest thing going. Everybody we know, everybody we talk to,
War Games fatigue.
We're ready for the Survivor Series original. Give it to us 5-on-5. That's where we fell in love with it, and that's where we want to be. So let's jump to that. Let's really jump into something before we wrap up. And I want to say this match between Io and Kyrie. Oh, give me more.
Yeah.
I want more of them. And here's the thing that also with it. I want more Rhea and Asuka against each other. I love all 4 of these women and what they are doing inside a ring.
Their tag match is going to be great.
The tag match is going to be phenomenal. This is going to be one of the top tag matches. Screw the titles, men or women. It's going to be one of the top tag matches in history. I love the energy all 4 of these women are putting into this story, into this feud. The fact that Rhea can play, she can play Shaq O'Neal right now. in the story that she's in. And the opponent she's going against works so well playing off a big opponent that I'm hooked. I want more. I need more. This Io herself. I mean, she's going to be a first round Hall of Famer. Like, Io blows me away every match I see with her. Kevin, I need to get your
only getting
insight.
better.
Only getting
Somehow.
better.
She's only getting better somehow.
Yeah. And
Because I didn't think it could be.
It's not just in ring. It's her presence. It's her coming down. It's her acting off of somebody. It's her keeping me engaged.
So that's what I think has really improved with her over the last,
Yes.
I want to say 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
Ever since the Bailey feud.
Oh,
And this wasn't this Mania, but the last Mania, I think, if I have my timelines correct. It might even be further back. But Io, when she went heel, she started working on her mannerisms and her little things. We talked about them when it came to Gunther.
Yeah.
Io has been working working her ass off at the same thing. Her little things, her English, how they're portraying her has changed because now she can speak Japanese when she's angry, and then she'll speak English when she isn't. That's part of the booking decisions too, in the sense that if you try and just push her into, hey, you only can speak English, it's not going to come off as well. But if you can do an amalgamation of them and you go, all right, Io, here's what's going to happen. We need you to speak in English for a little bit so that we can get it across to the mostly American audience who speak English. Cool. Then when you really need to go off on someone, we're going to have you speak in your native tongue. And then you just pop off, girl.
Yep. Yeah. And I love it. It works so well for her.
Mm-hmm. And those little things in the ring, she now has a signature thing that people are doing, and that's this. She started doing that probably just on a whim because that's how most of the things in ring happened. They didn't talk about that shit in the back. She just happened to do that once because she was excited, and everyone took to it. And she went, you know what? That's mine now.
Yep.
And she rolled with that. She recognized it, and it ended up making her in-betweens way more because it gave her something to do with her hands. And that's one of the biggest things for people.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah. What do you do with your hands at those in-between moments? You're just looking at a crowd and you're looking at a crowd. What do I do with my hands? How do I get them going? Oh no. Oh shit. I got to get to the next thing. That's what happens to people though. They're in there. They're on center stage and they don't know what to do. What do I do with my hands? How do I move my hands? And it just becomes such a vice for some people who are workers, for performers in general. She has the thing now, to do with her hands. So now that's what grounds her back in so that she can do other things. And once you have that thing, it can be an absolute blessing, and it has been. And boy, the biggest thing I want out of all of this shit when it comes to the tag team division, the tag team match here, the thing with Asuka going on, the thing with Io going on, all of that, I want more Kairi Sane.
Yes.
I want this to elevate Kairi Sane because she's still, if I'm not mistaken, she's still pretty young. Yeah. So Asuka's going to end up retiring before her. She's young enough. She's about 37. That's not that old for professional wrestling. Asuka's 44. Really? So Asuka's going to end up, Asuka feels ageless, but she's 44. She's looked the same the whole time.
Yeah. I would have said 30s, mid 30s.
But honestly, the only reason I knew that is because I looked it up recently. I know she's mid 40s. So mid 40s, now you're starting to get closer to where you might retire. And that depends on where your body is. And I know Asuka put herself through a lot of stuff in Japan. A lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, her body might not hold up as well. That means we can get a Kairi elevation off of an Asuka downfall. And I'm not saying we need to rush it. I think we keep the Kabuki Warriors together for maybe even 2 years. But as Asuka starts thinking about retirement, that's when Kairi needs to get put over. That's the moment.
No, I can completely agree with you on that one. And I feel that this match with Io last night, Kairi,
it elevated Kairi's style.
Yeah, it really did, because those stomps that she was doing out of the corner with Io hanging
Mhm.
off the turnbuckle, almost in like a makeshift trio woe.
Mhm.
She made those so impactful
Mhm.
that it made the way Io reacted to it, it just made it look devastating.
Yep.
And like, I like when Kyrie in the match, Io started getting over on Kyrie. Kyrie's a little beat up. Asuka did the in between the rope slip to where Io came out to the outside, and then Asuka and Rhea got into a altercation outside. But then, as soon as Io was able to get up and get her senses back because of Rhea,
Mhm.
there was Kyrie right there, out of nowhere, just boom, right off the ring apron. The bridging German suplex she took from Io on the edge of the ring was fucking awesome. Like, she took that, and I I was like, oh shit, she's hurt. But no, she wasn't. She was perfectly fine. And Io held the pose, bridging.
Mhm.
Like, to me, I don't know how close to traditional Japanese professional wrestling that match was,
It was
but
close-ish. About as close as American wrestling gets, I would
yes,
say.
I know there's more pageantry with the Japanese
I'll
wrestling. There's
send you a recent match and you can compare it.
okay,
It's
great.
I'll send the name because I just watched it myself. It's from Stardom, and it was I might butcher these names. Um, but Saya Kitatani versus Tam Nakano.
Okay,
I'll send it to you because I just watched it and you can
yeah,
compare the two. But I just watched that one and saw this one. It's not the same, but it's probably as close that we're going to get as American audiences with an American wrestling company.
okay, good. Yeah, and I'm gonna watch that because I really want to know like how close it is to it, because I love all of that. I love a good C4 match. I
Mhm.
love a good just regular straight up Japanese wrestling match, because they do something with their characters that American wrestlers do not.
Mhm.
And it's almost taking your character, your concept and everything, and then making it a real life comic.
Yep.
Like, and that's it. You're doing things over the top, everything. Like even the EO, just the pointing to the head. You had that in the middle of the match where Kyrie looks at EO and does like this weird face and does the pointing to her. In their heritage, that means something way more than what it means here.
Mhm.
And you could see it on EO's face because she's just like, bitch, I'm about to get you. So
Yeah.
you keep playing these games. But I love the way the Japanese wrestlers, Asian wrestlers overall, they take that time to make that character uh beyond reality, over the top,
You
everything that you could
In
want.
my opinion, what they do very different than America, because America, they do like, we'll think of like the WrestleMania entrance, right? We'll think of just like, oh, that's when they bring out the big stuff. Otherwise, they have to week just come out just randomly.
True.
I think Japan does a better job because they're not wrestling week to week to week. Their entrances always are bigger. So your establishment of that as a superstar is much larger. They
Yeah.
feel like a big deal every time they come out, as opposed to they feel like a big deal during WrestleMania.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
No, it does. It really does. It's what we talked about before, saving some back,
Mhm.
because the payoff's going to be way much better
Bingo.
when people are like, come on,
Mhm.
why?
Yeah.
All right, Kev. So real quick, we got 10 minutes before we slide off. Is there anything else that you want to hit from this
Ooh.
last Raw?
I'll hit some rapid opinions real quick.
Let's go.
We'll do a lightning round. We'll make it quick. Hopefully we can get like 30 seconds each on each. Raquel Rodriguez, potential women's world champion. I'm in.
Let's go.
Give
Let's
it to
go.
me.
Yep.
I'll hold on. I got an impression. Hold on. Anyone who knows Resident Evil 4, they know the merchant. I'll buy it at a high price.
Beautiful. Love it. I'm there with you. Sign me up. I'm with you on that one.
I just want to see that match. Next one. Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. I love them as tag champions.
I do too.
Holy fuck. Also, I'm a big fan of the Usos reuniting because I think both of them weren't really doing things, and Jay's singles run was fizzling out. He needs something else. Let's
Yep.
put him back in the tag division. Let's kill it. Another thing with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, though, they announced a match for Saturday, and I'm so hyped for it. Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. Put it in both of my veins.
Oh my God. You're ODing off of that, man.
I'm going to OD off of that match.
Send your flowers to IYH for Kevin.
Yeah. Send condolences, thoughts, and prayers. Because I'm so ready for that match.
Yeah.
I'm really ready for the card in general because I want to see Oba and Cody Rhodes. I want to see Sol Ruka and Bailey, and I want to see that tag match.
Yeah.
And that's not even talking about the Cena's last match.
Exactly.
It's a whole card of bangers to me, and it's a very exciting time.
This is what Saturday Night Main Event should be every fucking time you do it.
I'm saying. You're giving us too many of these other matches that could be PLE matches and just half cooking them. Just give us some NXT, give us some exhibition matches, and then you have one main event. It's Saturday night's main event, not Saturday nights. Okay, well, we got 3 matches to fill, so let's do that.
Yeah.
No. Give us some other stuff. Give us just different shit.
Dude,
not whatever else you're giving us.
I'm there.
Oh God, I had one more. Oh, okay. We've been harsh on her before.
Okay.
But we've also sung her praises. And I'm loving the promos that I'm seeing now. Maxine Dupree. We've criticized. We've questioned. She proved us wrong. We ate those words. And now they're presenting her in a light that makes me want to care. And I swear to God, Maxine Dupree in like 2 to 3 years might be one of the most over faces they have.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you are speaking 100%. This is the moments where I miss Annie the most because I so want her insight.
She sent it to me today. Hold on.
I might be able to proxy it.
I might be able to proxy this. Okay. Annie shared it on her page, I think.
Yeah, she did.
Because she was real high on it. Yeah. She said, this is amazing. She sent it to me in a private message, and I'm comfortable sharing this as long as I can find it because we talk a lot.
We have so many conversations.
Yeah. So she sent it to me in all capitals and said, this is fucking awesome. I don't know how to perfectly articulate what it means to her to see it, but I can tell you, like, this is big if Annie's reacting that big because she wasn't high on Maxine until after the Becky matches either. Mm-hmm. So if we can build up Maxine, I'll die on the hill that in 2 to 3 years, she could be one of the more over faces we have in the entire company, let alone the women's division.
Yeah.
And if they handle it with care and she keeps working and she keeps improving like she has been, I'm not saying she's going to be some kind of ring general in 2 to 3 years because I don't expect that. I'm not expecting miracle work.
Mm-hmm.
But she could be an overface that can be led to a match, that can help with a match, who knows herself, and then she can keep going. Because this time last year, we were all wondering why she had a job. Now she's proving us wrong.
And we love that.
I love to be proven wrong in this business. I'll say that on record every single time. Please prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Please.
And that's what we ultimately want from the people we critique and we give our opinions on. I'm waiting. I am literally waiting for Ivy Nile to get her shit together when it comes to her own character. Yep.
I still have the sticky note.
There we go. See, we still got time. And I'm telling you, as of right now, it does not look good for the person who is
great.
I mean,
only because they're not on TV and like they just seem to be lost without Chad Gable there.
And there's no like,
and that's not just Ivy Nile either. That's the Creed brothers too.
And that is depressing because that was a good tag team to have. So I'm just waiting to eat my words on that. Hopefully it happens.
I hope we eat those words.
Yeah, because I want to see the best. I want to see what she brings. I want to see why they looked at her and said, we need you on our roster. So it's in her court to prove that to us. Ball's in her court. So we'll keep doing what we do. But speaking of what we do, Kevin Kalloway, before we get out of here, where can the fans find you and all that you're doing?
So you can always follow me at Kevin Kalloway on Facebook, Kalloway Kevin on Instagram. I try and post as much as possible. I might be starting a new venture where I'm running more shows. I guess I'll be a promoter now. More updates to come on that. I never realized I would be this in a business, but here we are. I guess people keep pulling me back into things, boys. People just say like, hey, you're good at this. We need your help. And I go, fuck, I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's not the self-fellatio. It's literally people knocking down my own door to do it.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, I guess. You can also find me next week. New Edge Pro Wrestling. I defend that elevation title. It is another open challenge. Prove me wrong challenge. We're going to see who steps up and who falls down, because I'm pretty sure at this point, I might just retire with this title.
Oh, those are big words to all the competitors out there who might want to step up and try to prove
They
Kevin
should probably
Kalloway
prove me wrong better then.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. You
All you gotta
prove him wrong. It's in the title. That's all you got to do.
Literally the name of the challenge.
I love it, Kevin. Yeah, can't wait to hear the updates on that. We'll catch it with you because, well, you're a co-host here.
Yeah.
So you'll be
I'm here every week.
You're here. For me,
most weeks, unless I'm sick.
Exactly. Sickness will take him out.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a pretty gnarly sinus infection.
Listen, I like you, voice, but it's not a marriage. It's not in sickness and health. It's a sickness very much is going to keep me away.
Totally get it. Totally get it. As for me, fans, if you enjoyed what you've seen here, you can come back every Tuesday night for the Monday night review with Kevin Kalloway, the Chaos Goblin, and me, Joshua Joseph, the voice. And we do what you just seen. We're usually aiming for a 6 p.m. start time, but it can range from 6 to 6:30. So just stay in there. Like, subscribe to us, and you'll have all the notifications. Outside of that, we jump into tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the official first Wednesday of the ECW Watch Along. Me and House have moved the dates around, and you'll see why. But ECW is now on a Wednesday. That's where me and House are going to get bloody, violent, and fiery with ECW. This coming up one tomorrow is going to be highlighting Mikey Whipwreck and Tajiri, but not as a tag team, as enemies in a fatal four that happened in, I believe, 2000s. It was a heat wave, I believe. You can come and join and see who's in that match and see what destruction. Mikey Whipwreck, one of my favorites. Mikey likes it. He really likes it. Come join us. It's ECW Watch Along. It's a Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's me and House, and you'll have fun. Outside of that, this is the reason why we had to move ECW. We're starting a new venture on Thursday. It's the Dynamite review. Yeah, we're going to be reviewing AEW Dynamite. Me and House, we're stepping into the AEW ring, and we're saying, we told you guys to give us something that we're going to like. You gave us blood and guts. Here we are. And on top of that, House has credentials.
Hey, can I just pop in for just a second?
Do it.
You never know when Kevin might celeb shot that, because he started watching Dynamite too.
We love it. And that's what you guys should love. You should love the fact that we are always putting out shows, and you never know who's going to be on it to talk about what we're talking about. You guys are out there watching it. We're watching it. We're going to give you every bit of information we can for the AEW review. And that, again, 6 p.m. on a Thursday. Outside of that, I started a new venture on Monday with Nick. He was the guy who was co-hosting because Kevin was sick.
He helped out.
We're doing a Mount Rushmore show in which this is the concept. Me and Nick, we have our 4, whatever the subject may be. The very first one we did was yesterday, and it was top male wrestlers. We gave our Mount Rushmore. I had Sabu. I had Harley Race. I had Ron Simmons, and I had, well, you're going to have to go and check it out and see what my 4th was. Yeah, I can't give you everything. That's silly. But then we give you a call-in episode side to the episode, in which at the end of it, you can call in and give us your Mount Rushmores. It's not only wrestling. We're going to be hitting all the subjects that make us happy and give us entertainment. So come join us. That is Monday, 6 p.m. for the Mount Rushmore 4 show. Sunday house party is always a go. Join us. It's usually around noon on a Sunday. That's where anybody of IYH who wants to be a part of it can jump in, and we talk wrestling for that week. So fans, all I'm saying to you is we got a lot fucking going on here at IYH, and it ain't stopping soon. Yes, are there some people who take breaks and some people who have to take their schedule down? Obviously, it's the wintertime. People have lives. This isn't the life. This is just something fun we do.
Showbiz!
Exactly. Showbiz, baby. And we're about it. March. Come be a part of the live shit that we do at the Squared Circle Expo. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of what you see weekly through your computer screen, come be live with us. This is going to be the second show IYH has done live. The first one was a Survivor Series. It was epic. It was fun. We had a great time. This one's a convention, and it's a 2-day convention. So come join us. Go check out the Squared Circle Expo. Go buy your tickets. Get everything going, and stop in at Brainbuster Tees. Type in IYH and see what's up there. Kevin, thank you as always for joining me in this endeavor.
Yeah.
And we will see these animals next week.
Glorious.
These glorious
People.
animals.
Chaotic people, even.
Some are very chaotic, but we will be with you next week. So for me, for Kevin, for IYH, peace.